Cancer, welcome back to Love from Leo. My name is Tay, otherwise known as Love from Leo, and today is your November reading. You guys know my baby that I just had 4 months ago is a Cancer, so I'm very in tune with the Cancer energy and I love it. I love it so much. So this month, there's a need for you to using whatever you have at hand to get things done. You're focused on what do I have at this house and how can I use it? So it's like using your own resources to get ahead. And so I really like that. In your past, we have the Knave of Cups here. So I think you were doing a lot of work on self-esteem and I think you were really starting to feel yourself, okay, Cancer? So I love to see that. So what caused you to go through this journey? What caused this energy of self-confidence for Cancer? Ace of Wands. You had like this new rejuvenation within yourself and it was like this new surge of energy. I don't know. It's like a spark. You started feeling different. You started moving different. Two of Pentacles in reverse though. I think you were overwhelmed about things. And whenever you started to become overwhelmed, I think you were just like, something's got to change. Like, this isn't the way I want things to go. You were unhappy in whatever situation you were a part of. And I think you were like, something's got to give. Like, something has got to change. And there could have been a Libra who was doing you dirty. Or maybe someone that you were in cahoots with or you were working with. And then out of nowhere, it seemed like it didn't work out anymore. Let's see what sign, because I'm already seeing some signs come up. What signs in the past were Cancer having issues with? We have a Sagittarius card, so it could be someone with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. This is also the Jupiter card, so this could have been someone who has heavy placements in Jupiter, or this could also be saying just someone who has a very Sagittarius-like energy. So that person was someone who wasn't a good person around you. I think you cut them off, and I think this caused you to have your self-confidence come back. What happened between you two? Because there's something that happened between you and this other person. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Tower card. Okay, so I think at first you guys were working together, things were working swimmingly, and then out of nowhere there was like a codependency issue. And someone just started becoming too materialistic. And then out of nowhere, it just ended. Like, it literally just ended. Someone was taking more than they should have. Interesting. So for those of you who are still going through this situation, what is the advice? I can kind of see that you guys probably should leave this alone, because once you leave whoever that person is, it definitely looks like there's a resurgence in your confidence. Like, your self-esteem is like through the roof without them. The advice is the Air card, the Ten of Swords. You're obviously going to combine the qualities of all three air signs, which is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So in other words, you just need to accept that things have changed because there's time for a new direction. It's time for a new era in your life. And you just have to accept that. And so basically what this is saying to me is that universe did all the work when it comes to taking this person out of your life. Universe already did all of that with that Tower card. They already got rid of them for you, or they did something where you should be confident enough in yourself and respect yourself enough to leave them alone. And universe is basically saying, look, all you got to do is just accept what we already made, happen. And for some of you, it's really hard. Some of you are like, I don't want to let go. Like, no. Some of you are like, clinging on to it. That's what I'm seeing. Someone clinging on to something. And universe is like, girl, if you don't go sit down, guy, if you don't go sit down with all of that, like, it's not that serious. Like, let's just let it go. Let's move on into your November energies. This is your present energy. So this month, we got the World card. I love seeing this, okay? If you haven't gotten out of that situation, you will be getting out of that situation this November. Like, it's set in stone. It's going to happen. And if you already got out of that situation, then this card is saying congratulations. It's clapping for you. So with that clappation and all of that applause, there's definitely going to be some things attached to it that you can definitely appreciate and have gratitude for. Think of it as your, like a graduation gift. That's how I think of it. Like, when you end something with someone and all these new doors start opening up, those are your gifts. Those are your uncles and your aunties and your grandmas and everybody coming through and giving you your money or giving you your gifts. You know what I'm saying? That's the time to rejoice. You made it. You did it. So let's go ahead and see what are some of these blessings going to be. This is amazing. So we have the Knight of Wands. So the first thing I'm thinking is there's some action happening, and it's probably something that you've been kind of waiting on, and for some reason you were like, I don't know why things aren't like picking up. I don't know why things aren't working. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and they're just not working. But because you're in a new phase in your life, now I feel like things are going to start picking up and have some greater momentum. And so things can actually start being brought into existence. What exactly is going to be coming your way, though? What exactly is going to be Judgment card in reverse? This is where things start to get a little rocky. So you do have the blessing of things happening quickly. The problem is you're starting to have these weird regression phases where you may start to feel like you don't know what decision to make, or you don't know if you made the right decision, or what if it's meant to be. But I love him. Like, that's what I'm hearing. But I love him. Like, that's the type of energy. And it's like, no, Cancer, don't think with your heart right now. It's not the time. It's not the time. And I say that with all the love in the world. I'm sure some of you have all the reason in the world to be thinking that way, but what my cards are showing, it's like the decision has been made, Cancer. There is no decision that you should even be thinking about. The decision has been made. I can picture you like making some type of potion, and you're like mixing the bowl, you're mixing the cauldron, and you're like, that's not what I wanted. I want something different. And you're like creating this fog of something that you want, but you don't realize, yeah, you'll get what you want, but you're going to lose what you had, which is your independence, Cancer. You have your independence back. You have your self-confidence back. But it's like you want to give it away. It's like you don't know what to do with all that power. You're like, I have to dispel this power. I have to ruin this for myself. I have to self-destruct. Can't not self-destruct. Cancer, you don't have to do that. What exactly are you even trying to make a decision on? Like, what are you contemplating against? You're contemplating what has already been done. Like I was saying, Hangman is about decisions being made, letting things fall the way that they may, letting things fall the way that they may. And you're not happy about how they fell. You're not, it's like, I think you're happy about it, but I feel like you just think, did I really make the right decision? It's like, why are you even contemplating it? And then 3 of Cups and Ace of Cups, you're socializing, you're doing things that make you feel emotionally good, but I think you're just still so caught up on that past person. You're like, am I doing the right thing? Am I allowed to have fun? Am I allowed to feel this good around other people? You don't need their permission. You don't need their permission, Cancer. Honestly, you don't need their permission. Let's see. I see this 3 of Cups here, okay? Let's see, what signs are you socializing with? Who do we have coming into the picture this November for Cancer? Oh, okay. Oh, we got a few cards. Hold on. Cancer, don't get caught up out there, okay? Do not get caught slipping. So the first sign that we have, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. And last but definitely not least, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So there's definitely a lot of energy here. We got air, we got more air, and we got some fire. So there's a lot of things that could be happening, but they're probably going to be fun things, okay? But just make sure you're not getting into too much trouble. That's my thing. It's like, I almost feel like you're like, am I allowed to have this much fun? And then as soon as you realize you don't need their permission, you're like, well, fuck it, let's just go all out. No, Cancer, let's not go all out, okay? Let's keep things balanced because you're in a good position and you don't want to mess it up, okay? Let's just go ahead and move on to what's the advice for Cancers this November? Okay, it popped out strong. Cancer, I'm feeling y'all's energy. We got the Earth card, the 10 of Pentacles. So obviously there is a pattern of elemental strategy happening here. Last month, it was all air. It was about just being cool with the facts. Being cool with the facts, okay? Being disattached with the facts. This month, we got Earth, okay? So we planting our seeds. We're planning, we're organizing, we're staying determined, we're working on ourselves, we're working. The key word is work. Plant the seeds that you want to see in the future to come, okay? If you don't want to see watermelons, don't plant watermelon seeds, okay? If you don't want to see a big pecan tree take 20 years to grow in your front yard, don't plant that hoe. But whatever you want to see happen in the future, you got to start it now. So if you don't want someone who's going to treat you dirty, don't do dirty, shady things with this person. It's literally that simple, Cancer, because I feel like you're in this situation where you're like, I finally allow myself to get attached to someone, and then they do something that I'm just not okay with, and I don't know, why do they think I'm like this? And I just feel like you're just having this meltdown emotionally. And the reason is because you're doing things with people in that moment that they are carrying with them. And you're like, why do they think I'm like this? And it's like, well, girl, if you would stop doing these things with these people, then these shady things will stop happening. So if you don't want shady things to come out of something, stop being in shady places. Stop talking to shady people. Don't think shady. You know what I'm saying? You have to elevate yourself, because otherwise you're just going to be in the field of plants that you are like. You are who you surround yourself with. And I feel like everybody needs to remember that. You are who you hang out with. And that's just true tea, okay? So let's just move on to the future. So this future energy is going to be talking about your December, but it's also going to be carrying into the months after that. So it could also have, little forecast of 2020. So this is going to be very interesting to see what's actually happening for y'all. So the first card that I'm seeing, we have two cards. The first card that I'm seeing is the Queen of Swords here. So in the future, I think you're going to be very, very calculated. I also think there may be an air sign in the mix. But more importantly, I think that you're going to be combining your logic with your creativity. So this is that phase where you really start to understand how to work with yourself. And I think that's going to be the biggest weapon that you have, at least at the end of this year. That's going to be the biggest weapon that you have. It's kind of becoming more stealth-like with your charm, with your appeal, with your intuitiveness, but then also the logic that you've learned from all of the past experiences that you're going through. And this High Priestess card is letting me know, hey, use your intuition, but also use that intellect. Let's go ahead and use all of our powers so that we can make something happen. I do feel like there's something that you're on the brink of, like you're formulating something, whether it's with writing or a contract or something. It's like there's a... Let's just go ahead and see. What is it that Cancer is working towards? Because I definitely see that there's some plans in the making. Emperor in reverse. So some of you are trying to move on from a business or a job, some type of agreement that you may have had or an assignment. You're trying to work past that. You're trying to get out of that. You're trying to branch away from that. But you're doing it secretly. Let's say you're trying to leave a job. You're not telling your coworkers, hey, at the end of this month, I'm gone. I'm bouncing. I'm done. Like, you're not doing none of that. This is something you're doing very quietly. So you're saving, you're getting all the hours you can, because you know in a few months you're about to be out. You know what I'm saying? You're doing that quietly and you're saving, which is very important. 7 of Pentacles in reverse. This lets me know that you are impatient and you have a lot of anxiety though. So maybe with all of this keeping it quiet, hush hush, I know something you don't, it's causing you to feel kind of nervous. 6 of Cups is here. So the reason you're having these anxiety and all of this stuff that's happening is because you're thinking back on all the good times. You're thinking back on all the memories. It's such a nostalgic energy, and I'm laughing because it's so cute. I think it's adorable. You guys are living so good that you don't even realize how good you're having it, and you're kind of just like, I'm just like, look at Cancer, look at him out there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Look at her doing her thing. But yeah, you're having these anxiety attacks because you're just so compelled with the past that you had at this job or at this company or with your coworkers, and you feel like, I feel like some of you feel like you're abandoning them, and it's like, no, Cancer, you're just living your life. You can still be friends with these people outside of it. You can still have these connections with these people outside of that job, but don't make yourself feel guilty. Don't talk yourself out of this. I feel like some of you are going to talk yourself out of making that move because you're like, well, I don't want to leave this behind. Don't do that to yourself. Do not self-sabotage. Let's look at something positive. What signs around you should you keep around you? Whoa. Okay, so we got 3 cards. You're a popular person. So we have Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. Or someone with heavy Scorpio energy is someone that you should keep around you. Then we also have Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus is someone that you should keep around you. And then last but not least, we have the Empress card, which is any female that you value. Someone that you appreciate as a female is someone you should keep around you. Could be a mother as well. But this is also saying the Taurus and then Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. So a lot of people around you, which is a good thing. It means you have a lot of people that want the best for you. You have positive people around you. What's the advice for those of you who are like, I don't know if I'm making the right decision? Like, if you're in that situation, that mindset, what is the advice? 7 of Swords. So now it's time to just be smart. Now it's just time to make logical movements, because it's just time to be strategic. So it's kind of like you've done all the dirty work. Now it's just time to do it, but not physically. It's more like you have to mentally commit to it. So now let's not make any bad decisions. Let's not make any emotional, impulsive decisions like, oh, I don't want to leave because I'll miss my coworkers. It's not time for that. We're looking at logic. Other than that, Cancer, I think this is a beautiful reading. I really enjoyed it. It made me smile a lot. If you want to see what's coming for you soon, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Also, if you would like a private reading with me, we can have something done for you. All you have to do is email me at lovefromaleo@gmail.com, and there we can have a natal chart comprehension reading, or we can have a tarot card reading on anything of your choice. Please leave a like on this video because it helps me out so much, but it'll also help you to get more content like this. And I think that's it, y'all. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye.